Tuesday at 8 o'clock, we are joined by the head coach of the Avs. It is Jared Bednar, coming off a win yesterday in Philly 7-5, as they are now in second place in the division, couple of games in hand, and four games into a 5-game road trip. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing okay. Yeah.
Well,
just out on the road here. Feels like we've been on the road for a month, but it's all good.
Yeah, you guys going into that 5th game coming up here tomorrow against New York. Now, going back to last night, so you win. It's 7-5. Can you give me the range of emotions you felt when it was 4-1 with about 3.5 minutes left in the first period, and it goes 4-3 heading into intermission?
You know what? I was at points in the game. I was not happy with what we were doing on the defensive side of things. And at other points, I was really happy with what we were doing on the offensive side of things. And what gave me the confidence in that game was I could, just listening to the guys on the bench and listening to what they were stressing and the importance of things and about doing it right defensively and taking care of the puck. And we were skating really well as a group. We were skating and creating. I liked the way our D was shooting the puck. So, I just was watching the the shot totals go up, and I was watching our team go to the net, which was something we talked about earlier in the day. And there was a lot of things that we were doing that I was liking. There was some that I didn't like, but we were doing enough good things, and the guys were stressing the right things that gave me confidence we were going to win the game. And, at the end of the day, we got it done and racked up 50 shots and a lot of scoring chances against them last night.
Coach, can you put your finger on why there are some defensive breakdowns during the course of these games? Is it just having a new goaltender back there? I don't know how much communication the goalie has with the guys in front of him, if that's part of it. But from a coach's perspective, when you're watching, what is the source of the breakdowns defensively at times?
Well, generally there's two things. It's if we mismanage the puck and turn it over, it usually leads to a good scoring chance against. And that could be all the way in the offensive zone. Like if we're forcing plays and they're defending right, we get 3 high in the offensive zone a lot. And we create a ton of goals and a ton of chances from there. But if you don't manage the puck properly from there, it can lead to these odd man rushes that we're seeing. So we've had some of that. The second one is just, bad reads and not getting back above the puck when in any of the zones, even in the D zone, just going by the puck looking for offense or sort of cheating for offense. And then them coming back, them winning a puck battle and coming back on you. So that usually puts you at negative numbers at your net as well. So those two things, and we don't have to cheat to create offense. And for the most part, we've been doing a pretty good job. But we do have 2 young guys in goal right now, and they're finding their way. And Eustace just got in his 2nd game last night, and JJ even is a young goalie and doesn't have a ton of experience, and those guys are really working on their game and trying to find their game. So sometimes when you have breakdowns, your goalie, a defensive player will make a play or your goalie will make a save, and it's just, you go through it on the video the next day as a scoring chance against, and right now they seem to be ending up in goals against. So we have to, that just tells me that we got to tighten it up as a team. We got to make less of those mistakes, and we're getting better, but we still got a ways to go.
You as a player on the back end, I don't think could ever be confused with an offensive juggernaut. That's no offense to you, Coach.
Sounds offensive.
Does that sound
Sounds
offensive?
Yeah.
You just offended him.
Jared, did I offend you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Okay. He's being nice.
I'm unoffendable.
Yeah, that's pretty much true. I'll tell you what's fascinating, though. Here comes the good part. From day one, even you get your feet wet in the 48-point season, but man, you've given a green light to your defensemen, and you trust those guys, and you've got such offensive weaponry. Right now, you've got goals from a D in 12 straight games. You're upping the franchise record. You're 4 away from the all-time National Hockey League record. What is it with this blue line and the guy's ability to just pour it in? I mean, EJ, great instincts in the 2-on-1. Kale, we know Kale, coast to coast. It's just phenomenal right now.
Yeah, Taser, Gerard, everyone's chipping in, and it's you know what it is? It's a great group of guys back there. I think they're the backbone of our team. I think that our team will go as they go. They play well. Our team's going to play well because they're the guys that are in charge of distributing the puck and delivering it to the forwards on time and in open ice, and they're doing a lot of heavy lifting, defending, and they're good. These guys are really good on both sides of the puck. And the second thing is, I think it's an attitude. I think they want to be part of that. They like it. They like the way we play. They want to get up and go, and be part of that. And they know the importance of them being part of it on the offensive side of things. So they're constantly up and down the ice for 200 feet, and I like it. I like it a lot. So. There are, you just mentioned some numbers there with how many goals their D have scored and what we're doing, and that's not easy to do. If you're going to do that, you will give up some things because forwards also want to score. So D gets up in the rush, and the forwards are going with them, and they're not. Most forwards are not thinking, okay, I got to defend now because there goes Cale Makar. He's going, I got to get up here and get to the net and make sure I'm there to score if Cale misses, kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
just to put it very simplistic. And so we're giving up a little bit too much. And so, we just got to keep dialing our guys in on the reads, and I know we'll get better. I know our team conscious is good. But we need that help from those guys in the back end, and they're certainly giving it to us to this point in this season.
Hey, Kaner, just before your question, Coach, I mean, you scored 26 goals all of last year as a defensive core. You've got 25 already this year. So that just, again, reiterates how awesome those guys have been. Sorry, Kaner.
Well, no, it's fine. And on top of that, Coach, by the way, anytime Coach Bednar joins us, conversations are presented by Audi Denver. One of the guys that I've noticed, when you have injuries, you have COVID protocol, you have all this stuff, guys in and out of the lineup, you need people to step up. You've gotten that over the last couple of years from a multitude of guys, but one that sticks out to me is Logan O'Connor this year and the way that he's played. Can you explain to me a little bit of what he's brought to the table?
Yeah, he's been amazing this year. I mean, he's grown every year, and like even as his coach, I'm like, okay, at some point here, he's going to hit his ceiling, and this is what he's going to be. And because he's not a young player, he's a young NHL player, but he's not a young player anymore. And so I'm watching him, and just every year he comes back, or every time he goes out, he just keeps coming back better and better. And the first thing and foremost is his work ethic, competitiveness, and dog on a bone mentality is what makes him so good right away. He is relentless on pucks, pursuit of it in the offensive zone, tracking it back in the neutral zone, like playing through guys when they have it in the D zone. So he's fast. So he turns over a lot of pucks. But where he's really improved over the last, I'd say, 18 months is his ability to make plays with the puck. He would create some scoring chances in limited time the first year, more the second year, and this year he's all over the scoring chance sheet, either creating chances for himself, both 5-on-5 and on the penalty kill, and for his line mates and teammates. Like the pass he makes to Eric Johnson, great read by EJ to jump up in the play, shorthanded, but OC jumps the puck in the D zone, turns it over, gets going up ice. EJ shows up in the rush, and then he fakes the D-man on the forehand, pulls it to his backhand, and slips a perfect pass through to him, and it's in the back of the net. That type of skill and finish just seems to be really improving for me with him. So, I mean, who knows where this guy can get to, but right now he's a huge, huge piece to our team and our team's success.
Coach, it's amazing to think that you won a game last night and you vaulted to second place in the division, and you did it with your number 4 goalie, a rookie, 21-year-old. So as we're talking about that, what is the latest, the status on your number 1 and number 2 goalies? When will we see them again?
Yeah, so Frankie played last weekend with the Eagles. Rough start to his first game. I think they had 3 goals and 8 shots, and then he kind of settled in, and the team got going and finished the game real well. Liked the way he felt after from a health perspective. His strength was good, mobility was good, so all positives coming out of that game. And then he went on to have a fantastic game the second night. I think he had a shutout. So feeling good. He's still with the Eagles. They're playing 2 more games this weekend, and hopefully we're in a position where we can leave him there and play a couple more, and then we'll have to do something with the goalies because Kemper has been feeling really good here now. For this should be day 3. He's scared, or 4, and he skated a couple times. He went on the ice once without taking shots. He took shots yesterday. And hopefully he may be a possibility for us to play tomorrow. We'll know tomorrow morning. And if he can go back in the net, we'd have him back. And we may have to do something even at the end of this road trip before we get Frankie back, because that'll give us 3 guys here. So that's where we're at. Hopefully we're getting our team close to being back together. That's kind of where we're at right now. Like, I think our guys have done a really good job, an admirable job of sort of grinding through all the adversity that we've had this year. There's, you're always expecting an injury or 2, but it just seems like we're constantly with 5 or 6 guys out of the lineup, and we still have Comfer out and Murray out, and Kemper's out, and Frankie's still not here, and there's a lot of guys that have been in and out of our lineup. Even previous game we were without Kadri and Kale, and then they both come back in and score. Like, those are big pieces to our team. But I'd like to see our team all together here at some point, and then we'll know exactly what we have and how we can play when we start slotting all the guys exactly where we want them.
All right, end of the road trip, Coach. Last one for you. You wake up in a city that doesn't sleep in New York. Any plans I know that the team's off today, going to rest up a little bit. What are you going to do? You know where I'd be. I'd head down to that aircraft carrier and snoop around.
That's for sure.
Yeah, I bet. What are you gonna do? Walk Central Park? What's the plan for today?
Yeah, I am going to get out in the city. I haven't spent a lot of time in the city. Even when we're here, it just seemed like I've always been doing stuff. So I'm going to do some work here this morning, drink some coffee, and then I'm going to get out and walk around and hopefully pop into a couple places and get the family some Christmas gifts.
See, that's it.
Hey,
Nothing like Christmas in New York, Vic. You know that.
Oh, it's the best.
Jared, Fifth Avenue, it's all lit up. It's, festive.
Do you guys have any legit hockey questions left? Because I'm going to finish with something else. Is anything else you guys need to know from a hockey perspective?
No, I think we're good.
All right.
I already know
Coach,
it all. Yeah, I
Coach
already know
said,
everything.
Coach said earlier, you are not easily offended. You don't get offended, correct? Is that what you said?
Not at all.
Do you mind if I give it a go? Mind if I give it a shot here? If I just give you a few of them? And you guys can chime in. All right. Does this offend you when I say you have the hands of stone on a putting green? If you're my partner in a game, I never trust a single putt you attempt. Are you offended by that?
Not at all. No. I know.
No, he knows who he is. Yeah, he knows who he is.
But every time I've played with you, I've dropped a bomb for a big win on one hole. So I'll take that moment of glory and suck for the rest of the round.
Okay, all right. That's attempt number 1, not offended. Number 2, I think your hair is just all over the place right now. You got to tame it. You got to fix it quickly. Does that offend you?
Not at all.
Damn it.
No.
Okay. Well, my third try.
Okay, third try.
I've been thinking, although I have been thinking about cutting it back short again.
God, you're a tough nut to crack.
I like it.
All right, how about this one? You're awful and nobody likes you. What about that?
No, that's too easy. God, Jared.
It doesn't really bother me.
Jared, you're too nice. You're too damn nice. I mean, that's the problem right now, is that you cannot be offended. And those of us on the show, we're offended by everything.
I know we've kept you on way too long, Coach, but last thing, try to offend.
Please everybody, Vic. You can't please
Well, try this. Try this, Coach.
The sooner you learn that, the better off it is.
Try to offend Vic now. Give it back to him. Let's see if that'll work.
No, I don't want to get into that game.
See?
That was childish. I just went along with it because I thought it'd make Vic happy.
No,
Yeah, see, he called me a child. You offended me.
That's
Jared,
good enough
you're,
right there.
You're the best. Coach, thank you very much for your time, bud. Enjoy the rest of the week.
All right, you guys see. Thanks.
See you,
All right.
Coach.